Let's assume there is someone who knows all about you. He spent all of his life with you, he knows you for 20, 17 years. He knows what you think, he knows your desires, he knows your insecurities, he knows your vulnerabilities, he knows your strength, he knows that you are a kind person or not. He knows if you are cruel, he knows what you do when you're alone, he knows your dark side, he knows every single thing about you. And there is someone, B person, who knows nothing about you. He only knows about you what he've heard from other people's or what he've seen in a particular small duration of time. He knows you from people gossips. He knows
Yeah, it
you
just
from
felt
the
right
5
talking to
minute
you.
duration
it's like
of
we've known each other
conversation you
longer.
had.
Exactly.
And one day you wanna find out whether you are lovable or not. One day you wanna know whether you are good enough or not. So where should you go and ask? Whom should you go and ask? It's obvious, right? You should go to the first person who knows everything about you and ask, hey man, do you think I'm good enough? Do you think I'm lovable? That's the obvious thing, right? But what we do is we go to the B person and ask him, hey, do you think I'm lovable? Hey, do you think I'm good enough? Hey, do you think that I'm worthy of this life? This makes no sense, right? We should go to the first person and ask him whether we are a good person or not. Because he knows us for 20 years plus, he knows everything about us. So why don't we do that? It's obvious, right? We should go to the first person and ask him. And I wonder, who knows everything about us? Who knows every desire we have? Who knows our insecurities, our strengths, our vulnerabilities? I wonder who is that? Oh damn, that is me. That is me who stays with me all the time. That is me who knows everything about me. So why not we just go to ourselves and ask, hey, do you think I'm a good person? That's such an obvious thing, right? We know ourselves the most, so we should know that if we are lovable or not, if we are looking good enough or not. Why we go to the other people who don't know us, who just knows us from the 5 minute conversation we had? And even if that person likes us, and even if that person says that man, you are a good person, you're kind, does that really matters? Isn't that a lie? He just knows you for 5 fucking minutes. How does he know that you're kind? He doesn't have the proper information to judge someone. He doesn't have the necessary information from which he can give a judgment. But me stays with me every single time. He has all the information to give a judgment about me. So why don't we go to ourselves and ask, hey, do you think I'm lovable? Do you think I'm good enough? That makes sense, right? Someone who is able to give judgment about us should also know about us, should also have all the information before making that judgment. Someone, a stranger, someone from your college, someone from your class, someone from your relative, doesn't have the enough information, enough data to make a proper judgment. How can we rely on their judgment? How we just go to them and ask if we are good enough or not, if we are lovable or not? They don't have the proper information, they don't have the enough data to make that judgment. But the person who has more data than them, you can go to them and ask. You can go to your best friend who's with you for 4 years. He knows more than that stranger who just seen you in the hallway, who just heard you from a friend of friend. Why don't we go to our best friend and ask, hey bro, do you think I'm good enough? But we don't do that. We go to random person, we go to strangers, and we just assume that we have to be good enough to them. We are seeking validation from strangers. We are seeking validation from people who don't have the enough information about us. And that don't make any sense. Even if that person says that you're good enough, that is a lie. That is not a proper judgment. Because he don't know enough about us. He doesn't have the proper information to make the correct judgment. And that doesn't make any sense. If someone doesn't have the information, how can he tell whether it is correct or incorrect? That seems like such a dumb thing to do. To seek validation from people who doesn't know us. To seek validation from friends and families who doesn't know us much. I mean, why don't we go to the person who really know ourselves? Why don't we ask ourselves? Ask yourself, do you think you're kind? Close your eyes and ask yourself, Am I kind? Am I cruel? Am I lovable? You'll get the answer, and those are a mathematically correct answer because you have the enough data, enough information to make that judgment. We don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. This also applies to the strangers or friends you are seeking attentions from. Your friends, your strangers whom you are seeking validation from, sees you from the information they have, from the cognitive processes, the cognitive biases they have. So even if they tell you that you are a good person, or you're a kind person, or you're a bad person, that's a lie because they don't have the enough information to make a correct decision. The first rule is, first we have to have enough information to make a decision. Another person who stays with you 24 hours and knows everything about you, knows your all thoughts, knows your all desires, knows everything about you, knows your strength, how kind you are, how cruel you are, what you do when you're alone, that is God. So ask him whether you're a good person or not. Ask him if you're lovable or not, because there are only two people in this world, or one God. I don't know if he comes under the people category, but let's assume he's a people. The only two person who knows you really well is you and God, because those two stays with you all the time. So ask God if you're good enough or not. Ask him if you should have the dress. Ask him. Just ask your heart. Heart is God. God is heart. God is everywhere. God is you. Ask him whether you're a good person or not, and you'll get the answer. Ask him whether you're lovable or not. You'll get the answer. Ask yourself whether you're lovable or not. Ask God whether you're lovable or not. You'll get the answer. You don't need other people, because other people doesn't have the specific information about you. They don't know you enough to hate you or love you. Whatever their opinion about you, whether good or whether bad, that doesn't matter, because they doesn't have the information to judge you. And if someone dislikes you, does he really dislike you? Or does he dislike the bits and pieces of information he gathered about you? So next time ask whether she dislikes you or she disliked the image she created of you. I mean, maybe it's an image. Maybe it's an image she created of you from the information she had. I mean, people make bad judgment. This is world, this is trial and error. We make bad judgment because lack of information and because of cognitive biases. So if someone dislikes us, maybe he disliked the image of me he formed from the pieces of information and data he collected from his daily life, his mind, his cognitive processes, bits of moment he caught me, the cognitive biases he have. From all those cognitive processes, bits of information, he created the image of me which he dislikes. He doesn't dislike me, he disliked the image he created of me. Only person who have the sufficient information about me is me. So ask yourself, do you hate yourself? And if you're saying yes, that's not true. That is also a cognitive process, some trauma, because we are biologically trained to not hate ourselves. So if you hate yourself, that is something to think about. If we want to have a haircut, we go to our friends and family and we ask them, hey, do you think this will look cool? Do you like me in that? But why don't we ask ourselves? Because we are gonna with us the whole day, we're gonna with us for the whole year. So why don't we ask ourselves? For example, whenever I want to buy something, I ask myself, do you like it? Because I am the one who's gonna stay with me for a whole lot of time. So why don't I impress myself? Why don't make a coordination and ask, hey, do you like this, bro? Because I am the person who stays with me all the time, and the only person I need to make happy is myself. And when someone judge you, someone criticize you, go into detail what is happening. A bunch of bone and flesh clapping their tongue, which is also a flesh, and making weird noises with the help of frequency in a rock which is floating in nowhere. That is so absurd, right? Why would I care about a flash clapping their tongue, making funny noises in the air, in a earth which is a floating rock in nowhere, which is space. That is so absurd. Why would I care about that? Go into detail, go into more detail. What will happen if he criticize me? Maybe more people will hate me. Yeah, what will happen if more people will hate me? Will I be hungry? No. Will I be alone? No, because I have my group of 3. I have 2 or 3 friends, and I can never be alone if I have another person. Will I be unloved? No. I have a pet. I have a best friend. I have a sister. No, I'm not gonna be unloved. Homeless? No, that's not the case. So, what is that unending urge of self-validation? Marcus Aurelius or some Stoic said, "We care about opinions of someone who kicks themselves every 5 minutes, someone who hates himself, someone who isn't doing worthwhile in life, someone cries at night, someone who is not nice, someone who is not successful." Why do we care about that opinion? They don't care about themselves. Their parents even don't care about themselves. Why do we care about their opinion? That doesn't make any sense, does it? And you wanna know a secret? The people who judge others just having their own insecurities projected in them. What I mean by that is, if I hate someone who has curly hair, maybe I am insecure about my curly hair. If I hate someone about their dressing sense, maybe I don't like their dressing sense in myself. I am insecure about my dressing sense. So, is it really about me, or is it about that person who has that insecurities? If someone doesn't have problem with their own hair or with any hairstyle they wanna adopt, they won't have problem with me. So it's just their own experience, it's just their own insecurities which they project when they judge others. It's not about us, it's about them. If you have a problem with me, call me. And if you don't have my number, you don't know me enough to have a problem with me. This is a quote shared by Tom Holland, which is just describing what I said. If someone don't know you enough, he can't have a problem with me. He can't have a problem with you. He just have a problem with the image he created of you. You don't need to be worried about the imaginary figure he created about you. Remember, a glass of water will only give water. A glass of wine will only give wine. Someone who is filled with hate will only give hate. Someone who is filled with love will only give love. So the person who hates you has only hate in them, and that's all they can give you. Someone who has love will give you love. And so in the end, I just want to say that it's not about you, it's about them. It's their own cognitive biases, it's their own mental processes, their own image projection, their own insecurities projection, their lack of information about you. It's nothing to have to do with you. If someone criticizes you, let them criticize you, and just know that they don't know you enough. And if you still care about other people's opinions about you, I just wanna tell you a fucking secret. You're gonna die. We're all gonna die. They're gonna rot. You are gonna rot. No one's gonna remember you. No one's gonna remember him. No one's gonna remember his opinion. No one's gonna remember your opinion. Just try to be a good person yourself. Just try to be good in your own eyes. Just do the things which makes you proud of yourself, which makes you say that you're good enough. Do the things that your eye will like. Be kind, be disciplined, do the things you want to do, help others. These are the things which will make you a good person in your own eyes. Whatever makes you good in your own eye, do that. That is what really matters. Be kind to people, be kind to yourself. Just do whatever's that I will like. Whatever that person who stays with you all the time will make him think that you're good enough. If he will think you're good enough when you're disciplined, be disciplined. If he will think you're lovable when you study more, study more. That's what really matters. Just be good in your eyes and God's eyes. I just try to be good in God's eyes. I wanna be good in His eyes. I wanna be a kind of person He is proud of. So whatever I do for God. I do for myself. And that's all. I do for people I love. Everything I do, the only validation I care about is from Allah. Only validation I care about is from Krishna, is from God. That's what really matters, the validation of the divine. So whenever you need validation, ask God whether you're good enough or not. Give love if possible. That's all.